Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Quick housekeeping. Check out the affiliate links in our description. Using them supports the show, and please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in. Today, we will be covering Google's Gemini-driven momentum heading into earnings, Microsoft's expanding multi-model approach to Copilot, and OpenAI's hints at new agentic workflow capabilities. Google is heading into its Q4 earnings with some strong tailwinds thanks to Gemini 3. Ahead of the earnings call, company executives highlighted how AI overviews powered by Gemini 3 are meaningfully improving search engagement. The interesting thing here is that users are apparently entering more complex queries and spending more time interacting with search results now that AI summaries are baked into the experience. A Google exec noted in briefing materials that AI overviews are increasing query complexity and time spent. On the cloud side, demand continues to climb as more enterprises tap into AI infrastructure. Google has reaffirmed heavy capital expenditure commitments for AI compute throughout 2026. Signaling they are going all in on maintaining their position in both consumer and enterprise AI. Analysts are reading this as Google successfully regaining some narrative control after spending the past couple years playing catch-up to competitors. The Gemini models are now clearly central to how Google thinks about both its consumer products and its pitch to enterprise customers looking for AI infrastructure. Microsoft made some notable comments about the future direction of Copilot, and the headline here is that model choice is becoming a first-class feature. The company reiterated that Copilot will remain a multi-model platform, and they specifically called out strong performance from Anthropic's Claude in certain workloads. Enterprise customers can increasingly choose between OpenAI and Anthropic models depending on what they are trying to accomplish. A Microsoft Copilot product manager put it pretty directly on LinkedIn, saying choice is now a feature, not a fallback. The practical impact is that Copilot now has routing logic that can select different models based on task type. Claude Sonnet 4.x was specifically highlighted as performing well for spreadsheet analysis and research tasks. This is a meaningful shift from the earlier days when Microsoft's AI strategy was almost entirely tied to OpenAI. Now they are positioning Copilot more as model-agnostic infrastructure where the underlying AI can flex depending on what works best for a given job. For enterprise IT teams, this means more flexibility and potentially better results across different use cases without having to leave the Microsoft ecosystem. OpenAI is teasing some upgrades to their Responses API that should make building production-ready AI agents considerably easier. Engineers at the company signaled that near-term updates will focus on longer-running agents with better persistence. Developers who have been following the API closely noticed references to improved tool calling persistence, which basically means agents will be better at maintaining context and state across extended tasks rather than losing track of what they were doing. An OpenAI developer posted on X that they are closing the gap between demos and production agents, which gets at one of the ongoing challenges in the space. Building an impressive demo of an AI agent is relatively straightforward, but making something reliable enough to deploy in real production environments has been trickier. The updates are also expected to include tighter integration with tool schemas, similar to the Model Context Protocol approach, which standardizes how AI models interact with external tools and data sources. This all appears to be groundwork being laid ahead of anticipated GPT-5.x family updates. For developers building agentic applications, this should translate to more robust memory handling and smoother task orchestration without having to build as much custom infrastructure around the base API. The thread running through all of this is that the major players are simultaneously competing and maturing their approaches. Google is showing that tight integration of advanced models into existing products like search can drive real engagement improvements while also building out enterprise infrastructure. Microsoft is betting that flexibility and model choice will be what enterprises want, rather than being locked into a single provider. And OpenAI is working to make their platform more capable for the agentic future that everyone seems to be building toward. The tooling is getting more sophisticated, the deployment options are expanding, and the gap between what is possible in a controlled demo versus a production environment keeps narrowing. These developments suggest the infrastructure layer for AI applications is maturing quickly, which should make it easier for developers and enterprises to build useful things on top of these platforms. Thank you for listening to AI Convo Cast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks and hope to see you again next time.